So in this video, we're gonna be tracking a big massive storm we have to watch, and this storm will be big. It will bring the potential for severe storms, as we're gonna have very massive troughs coming through. Along with that, a very active water power in ahead too. Cause that's not the only storm we have to watch too. More storms on the way too. Along with that, this storm will bring lots of winter storm and blizzard for parts of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. Along with that, some heavy ice too. So let's get right into the video. Alright everybody, so now let's get right into the video. So this video is probably going to be the longest video on my channel because I got so much to talk about, because we got some big storms that's coming as we get into January 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And some of these storms are going to be big. It will bring some blizzard conditions and also some severe storms. So I'm going to be going full detail in this video. If you like this video I've been doing on my channel, please hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first of all, let's talk about what's going on right now, because we do got two storm systems that is happening right now. We got one that's in the deep south and one that's back towards Pacific Northwest. The one that's in the deep south is not going to be a big one, just going to bring a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, cloud cover. Nothing too serious about this storm right here. But the one back towards the Pacific Northwest is the one that's going to be out. Another big storm that's going to happen and move its way down towards the southern U.S. and move it up towards the southeast. So, lots of things to be going on right now. But you can see, pretty quiet for parts of the upper Midwest and the Midwest. Not really much going on for y'all. Maybe some cloud cover for parts of the Northeast, not really much. But cloud cover for parts of the Southeast. Like, look at this Mississippi, Tennessee. You got some moisture, some rain moving y'all through. Nothing too severe about that. No snow. You might get a little bit of snow with this system, but not as much if enough cold air adjacent to the system. But this next system is what's going to be a big one. But not a super big one. A super big one is going to be after this one. But this one will still bring some impact. Some snow, some heavy rain, probably some gusty winds. So now let's get right into this video. So now we're going to look at our overall 6-hour precip on the European model, what the weather's going to like for the whole U.S., because it's fixing to get pretty busy for a lot of people, especially in the Southeast, the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and especially the Northeast. Y'all can see a lot of snow. So by the time we get in towards later today, the system does make its way towards the southeast, make its way towards Florida. And look at this. Prior to those higher elevations, the western North Carolina, those North Carolina mountains, those higher elevations, it will be cold enough that y'all will see a little bit of snow. Not a whole lot of snow, but a little bit of snow. But this storm does make its way towards the Pacific Northwest, and it does come down. It might die off a little bit, but it does strengthen right back up by the 5th. And look at this. By the time we get into January 5th, it does move straighten right back up towards storm system. Look at this. Bringing lots of heavy rain. Now, guys, if y'all live in parts of western North Carolina, western Virginia, and eastern Tennessee, get ready, because you're not going to see snow, but you will see a lot of ice. And the ice I'm fixing to show you is very ballistic. I will show you that in a minute. But I do want to finish this up, because after this storm system, we got a much bigger one that we definitely have to watch. Now, I'm not here to hype stuff up, but this storm system on the 8th and 9th and 10th looks very concerning. It's even now scaring, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a big severe weather outbreak. And the Storm Prediction has already put out a day 6 severe risk for parts of the deep south already. And I forgot to pull up my Storm Prediction Center. I'm sorry, so I didn't have all my tabs prepared. But I'm going to fix and show you the Storm Prediction Center after this. So you can see this by the time we get in towards January 6th. Look at this. Waking up on January 6th on Sunday morning. Saturday morning. Sorry about that. I mean Sunday morning. Look at this. Look at all this dark purple. That's ice. That's freezing rain. And that's going to cause some power outages, and that's will knock down some trees, because when that ice lands on those trees, it's putting extra weight on those trees and make it easily snap. And these ice totals are very ballistic. And look at this. Everywhere else is going to be rain, nothing severe. Probably maybe a few strong storms, but that's about it. Mostly just rain for parts of the southeast and Florida. But look at this. By the time we get into January 6th, that system does make its way towards the northeast. And look at this. Look at all this blue. Darkest blue. That's a lot of snow. So if you live in parts of Boston, Massachusetts, New York City, New York, Pennsylvania, you will see a lot of snow. And this system does get pretty decent strong. Not super strong, but decent amount of strong. Probably a little bit of a northeastern, a little bit. But still bringing lots of snow for parts of the northeast. Then after this, here comes a much bigger one. A big boy right here. By the time it gets into January 8th, here comes this very big storm system starts to fire up. And look at this, guys. Now look at this. here comes our bigger one. Look at this. Look how dynamic this system is. The back side of it, you got blizzard conditions. The south side of it, you got possibly severe storms with this system too. So this is very, very ballistic. Look at this. By the time, and look how deep this surface low is. 979 millibars, guys. That's very, very concerning. We could potentially have a severe weather outbreak for parts of the south and a winter storms and blizzard conditions for parts of the Ohio Valley, including in the north, Michigan, even Wisconsin. So it's going to be a very big system. And it does make its way towards the northeast. Now, in the northeast, you might won't get a whole lot of snow, because I think the snow is going to stay just to the north of y'all. But y'all going to still get a lot of heavy rain and probably a lot of strong winds. And behind that, a lot of cold air is going to come behind this system and dip down towards the southeast, and we'll probably bring some snow for parts of eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina. But after that, probably a more storm center coming through. But take that with a grain of salt, because that's Fantasyland when we this far out. So now, storm prediction center, because we already on days. I mean, this has been issued since yesterday. Yesterday was a day 7, so the storm prediction center yesterday have already put out a day 7 severe weather outbreak. But thing is, today is today, but now we have a day 6 severe weather outbreak in parts of deep south. Already at day 6. So if you live in parts of eastern Texas, South Louisiana, South Alabama, and South Mississippi, get ready for the gusts of severe weather on this day, because this is pretty bad. Already at day 6, and this was just issued yesterday for day 7, but now it's day 6 because we're more closer to the event of this. So you can see, when you guys sign your risk, if you live in parts of New Orleans, Houston, Mobile, all these cities that's shaded in Yall is under the gusts for severe storms. I mean, in fact, I'm going to pop this on the screen. Here's your season states at risk for the severe risk on this day. And I'm pretty sure they wrote out of day 7 because the storm system will still continue for parts of the southeast, including Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have another day of severe weather too for parts of the southeast. It's a little bit too far out, and they're not that confident about putting a severe weather on this day, but I'm pretty sure they will. So now, let's get right into the rest of the video. So now, we're going to 5 millbar height anomalies, because yeah, we got a very, very active weather pattern on our way, and it's already getting very active because we already got 2 storm systems that's happening right now, and it's only going to get more active. So by the time we get in towards January 4th, we get that little storm system that does make its way towards southeast. After that, here comes our next one that makes its way towards the southeast, bringing some heavy ice for parts of western Virginia and North Carolina, and rain for parts of southeast. And here comes our much bigger system we definitely have to watch. Look at this. Look how deep that trough is. Like, that is very, very deep right there. Like, ugh. So we gotta watch. But not only that, guys, look at this. Look at this huge big blue blob, even green blob. That is way below average heights. Means very unsettled weather, very below average temperatures. Boy, since last month, guys, we have flipped the switch since last month. Like, we are completely the opposite compared to last month. So now let's get right into towards the 5 millbar wind speed height, and this is winds 18,000 feet above our heads, and these are where our jet streams are located. These are the upper level wind power, and the reason why I want to look at this is because I want to see how dynamic these storm systems are, because you will know how dynamic they are. The stronger the winds are, the stronger the trough is, and you're looking for a very strong negative tip, tight, dynamic trough. Like I'm fixing to show you right now, because this looks very concerning. I'm not here to hype stuff up, I'm sorry. But when severe weather, it can be dangerous, and people can die of severe weather. That's why I get very concerned when we're talking about severe weather. Look at this. By the time we get into January 4th, that storm system makes its way towards southeast. Here comes our next big one. Not our main one, but still, look at this. Don't have a decent size perfect trough. Just more like a straight trough event. Not really much of anything, too much of a trough. But still a storm system. Still a pretty decent strong trough. It's more like that positive to neutral tip. So not a really big one for that one. But look at this. This next one, look at this huge dip right here of this jet stream. That is very concerning. That's something you definitely look for the progression of a big storm system, a big blizzard, and big severe weather outbreak. Look how it dipped that look how strong this is, and it does get very strong and negative tipped it. Look at this. It gets negative tipped it, guys, but at the same time, boy, look how strong the trough is. And look at that, it's very negative tonight compared to the last run. See, this is why we have to wait till we get far out, is because things can change so much. I'm going to show you the past couple runs. I'm not only going to show you the European model of this, I'm going to show you the GFS model of this too. The GFS models are showing this too. And the GFS is really going on the height right here. So let's look at the run from yesterday even. Yesterday night. Not yesterday night. Yesterday even. So yesterday's run, much more ballistic, much more negative tip. But see, the thing is, yesterday's run doesn't have it as impressive like today's run. You don't see that much of a negative tip towards the southeast for the deep south. But the thing is, by the time it does get to the southeast, it does get more negative tip. But that's yesterday's run. Let's look at today's run, this morning's run. Look at this. Completely different. So this is why we have to wait until we get further out, guys, because look at this, much more negative tip than yesterday's run. Like, boy, look at the difference. Like, see, this is why I hate predicting this far out, because you just know things can change significantly. So much more dynamic today on this run, this morning's run. But things still could change, guys. You never know what the 12Z could look like. It could probably look a whole lot worse or a whole lot not worse. But still too far out. And also that, look at this. More storm systems coming, boy. Like, it's not getting nowhere near soon. So now I want to show you the GFS model, because it's not just a European model showing it. I'm going to compare other models too. So look at this. The GFS model showing the same thing. Look at this. Now GFS, a little bit more scarier, more tighter, more dynamic with this trough, and more stronger with this trough. We got mid-level winds anywhere from 135 to 140 knots. That's very, very strong. It does get more of that negative tip by the time it makes its way towards the eastern southeast, including Georgia and the Carolinas. Look at that. So I think my focus of severe weather, now this is my prediction. I'm not that accurate when it comes to predicting, but thing is, because where dominant is going to set up, where we're going to have the most moisture, the most lift, the most instability, the most wind chill, I think this portion of the U.S. is going to have the best chance of seeing, I think this portion of the U.S. on these days, on January 9th, is going to have the best, come on. So where I'm circling right here, this can I draw better? So I think in this portion of the U.S. is probably going to have the best chance of seeing severe weather on this days, because that's where the most dynamic is going to set up. So if you live anywhere that I circle, you probably have the best chance of seeing severe storms, because that's where we're going to have the most instability, the most moisture, and the most strongest wind chill. So please be aware for that. So the GFS, still showing this big, huge trough. So now, low-level jet winds. Look how strong these winds are, 5,000 feet above our heads. And I will show you the turn in the winds, because that's also very concerning too. We do got huge turn in the winds, and that's something you don't want to see when you're talking about tornadoes. You don't want to see those. You don't want it, because if you do get turn in the winds and height, that will be a threat for tornadoes. So first of all, I'm going to show you the. Come on, you gotta load. Come on. So by the time we get into January 6th, we do get a decent amount of low jump, but forget about that system, because that system is gonna be our main big one. It's this next one after this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Holy smokes! Like, look how strong these little jet winds are. And if I just go a little bit lower down towards the atmosphere, 2,000 feet above our heads, let me go back. If I just go back down just a little bit lower, a lot more close to our heads, look at this. Winds already 50 to 54 knots. 2,000 feet above our heads. Like, boy, that's very concerning. But look at this. Very strong. So we definitely got that wind chill. We definitely got those turning the winds. And it's easier. I think it's easier on wind TY, because it's hard to understand the direction. But I'll get to that in a minute. But boy, look how strong these little jet winds are. That's very, very concerning. So now let's get right in towards the. I'll go to wind TY just because it's easier. It shows the wind direction. So now we're gonna look at our week TY, and I think which will be the best to lose. Okay, I'll lose. Is this? Can y'all see? Okay, I'll lose this. I'll lose this scene. So now let's get right into our video. So now we're gonna show the turn in the winds, because I'm telling you guys, the turn in the winds is significant. We got huge wind shift as we go up towards hike. So now we're gonna go up to the wind. So right now, by the time we get towards January 9th, the day of a severe event, here's our surface winds. If you live in parts of Georgia, South Carolina, you got surface winds coming out of the south, blowing 20 knots. Very strong surface winds. And look at this. Very strong surface winds too. Back towards Columbia, you got winds blowing 22 knots. But when we go a little bit closer to the atmosphere, a little bit farther up, guys, look at this. We don't have that much of a shift. We still got winds coming out the south, but still much stronger. Just 2,000 feet above our heads, we got winds blowing 54 knots towards South Carolina. Georgia, you got very strong winds. North Carolina got very strong winds, but as we get a little bit farther up, guys, this is when we start getting this shift. Let's go up towards 850 knots. Look at this. It's not too much difference, still a little bit, but we still got that little bit of that shift. We more at that south to southwest than we are at that south. But look at this. By the time we get closer out, look at this. Now this is when it's turning. Now this is 7 millibar height. Now these are, is this 5,000? Is this, okay, yeah, this is, so by the time we get towards 3,000 feet above our heads, look at this. We got winds going a whole different direction. Now we got winds coming out the southwest. So that's turning the winds, and that's something you don't want to see when you're talking about tornadoes, because if you got those turning the winds, you definitely most likely to have tornadoes. And we go a little bit farther up, and listen, got winds going from a whole different direction. We do got those turning those winds, so something we definitely gotta watch. So now let's get right out of this, and I want to show you the green. So now we get the windshield. We can definitely put a check on that, because we got to turn the winds. We got very strong little jet winds and very strong mid-level jet winds. So we can definitely put a check when it comes to the windshield environment. But now, how about our resting our greens for severe storms? How about our dew points, our moisture in those atmosphere? So you can see, by the time we get into towards January 6th, I'm not too concerned about this storm. We don't have enough moisture with this storm to bring severe weather. So more like a rainmaker for you. But this next system, look at this, guys. Ahead of these storms, we already got dew points in the 60s. Like, oops, I forgot to. Sorry about that. I forgot to pull it back up. But look at this. By the time we get into towards January 9th, look at this. We already got dew points ahead of these storms in the 60s, mid 60s, like this. Got enough dew points for severe weather, but look at this. You see a very sharp temperature gradient between these. You see a very sharp moisture gradient, like that's very concerning. So got the dew points, 60 plus degrees. So very, very concerned about there. And look at this, probably more storm systems coming too. So now, how about our? Okay, did I forgot to pull up an oh yes I did. Oh, okay. Well I'll lose this for our instability. So let's go to this instability. Let's go to more severe weather and Cape. So how much instability, how much lift is in the atmosphere, how much potential storm energy is in the atmosphere for these storms. So the first system doesn't bring enough Cape, but look at this. This next storm system, look at this, guys. We do get this amount of Cape, not a whole lot. We still below that 1,000 joules per kilogram, but thing is, Cape is not that good when we this far out. This will get higher and this will increase, so keep it in mind. But the models is already showing that we already gonna have storm energy ahead of these storms. By the time we get in towards the severe event on Tuesday, next Tuesday, and part to the southeast. So now, how much lightning these storms gonna have? And this is a good thing of losing, because just like the future radar, look at this. By the time we get into January 8th night, guys, look at this. These are where these storms can be. Anywhere where you see lightning is a storm. So you can see, and look at this. You see these broken up cells right here that's moving towards Georgia and South Carolina. Those are probably going to be the ones that's going to be the tornado producers. So we then have to watch the threat for tornadoes. And if you live in Florida, you might have a huge line of strong storms moving your way too. And with lots of lightning. Then all this is out of here by Yeah, all this is out here by Wednesday. So now let's get right in towards the winter side. Before I get into that, okay, let's get right towards the winter side. So now let's get right towards the winter side of this storm because it's not only going to be a severe weather threat. We have to watch the potential for winter storms, blizzard conditions because as y'all going to see lots of snow. So first of all, let's talk about the first system. Oh no, what did I just close? Oh crap. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix something because I accidentally closed something out and I need to pull it back up. See, come on, me. Okay, European model. And I was on winter ice. Okay, is it freezing rain? Okay, ice and removes my regions. Okay, there I go. Okay, there I go. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to close something out. So now let's get right towards the winter side of this storm. And I probably need to pull up another tab. Oh, never mind. So now let's get right towards the winter side of the storm. So now, first of all, the first system that moves its way through will bring some ice for parts of North Virginia and North Carolina and Virginia. Look at this, guys. A lot of ice with that. And the first system won't bring a whole lot of snow, but this next system will bring lots of snow. So now let's get right into our snow totals. So the first system makes ways through, guys. You can see, and this is not the fully rendered run. So the first system does bring a decent amount of snow, but parts of the Northeast, not a whole lot. But when this next system comes through, this is when things get very crazy. Look at this. Now, if you live in parts of the upper Midwest, the Midwest including Iowa, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, the Northeast, you can see anywhere from 12 to 16 inches of snow. Back towards the higher elevations of the Rockies, especially the Pacific Northwest, including not Wyoming, Washington, Oregon, you can see anywhere from 40 inches of snow. Like, that's a lot of snow. A lot of snow for parts of Canada, too. Maybe a little bit of snow for parts of the South, but not a whole lot. It's the European model. GFS model, showing the same thing, but a little bit more ballistic for parts of Missouri. Look at this. You can see anywhere from 30 to 32 inches of snow. A lot of snow for parts of the Northeast. The upper Midwest, still a lot of snow. The Rockies, still a lot of snow. Lot less snow for parts of the Northwest, but still a decent amount of snow for y'all. So now, how about ice? This is the world bringing lots of ice for parts of the U.S. So if you live in parts of the deep south, not deep south, if you live in parts of western North Carolina, Virginia, look at this. This storm season that will be coming through y'all on the 6th will bring lots of ice. A potential ice storm for y'all. Look at this. Very heavy ice. And I will get more close to that in a minute. But look at this. Still possible some ice for parts of the Pacific Northwest. A little bit of ice for parts of the Midwest, but not a whole lot. So now let's get right to our big boy ice. So right here, look at this. So now let's talk about North Carolina and Virginia because y'all will see a lot of ice. So by the time we get towards January 6th, guys, look at this. You can see lots of ice in this system because, yeah, you can see anywhere from a quarter inch to an inch of ice, like a lot of ice. And when I can show you guys, the GFS is more ballistic when it comes to this ice too. So let me show you the GFS. The GFS, wow, GFS actually one that's a little bit more farther towards the west, but still more ballistic on the GFS model. The GFS model is showing you can see anywhere from an inch to 2 inches of ice. Like, that's very, very concerning because that will most likely knock down some power lines and knock down some trees. All that ice just in the trees right now. So please be aware of an ice storm for y'all. So now I want to show you the sleet because not only gonna be ice, this will be a winter mix. We will see sleet with this system too. So by the time we get further out, yes, we're not gonna see a whole lot of sleet. But we will see a decent amount of sleet. With this, the European model showing a decent amount of sleet. The GFS showing a little bit more sleet, but much farther north towards Virginia. So now, this is going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.